Okay, so I basically wanted to show you something really quick. I just walked away from making another video, and I wanted to show you something briefly that I actually recently discovered in myself when it comes to light and becoming a light being. Now, a lot of people, when they think about becoming a light being, they think that you look physically like light. Understand, you pretty much already do look physically like light, just in a different type of state. Because if you didn't look like light, you wouldn't even exist in front of somebody, because there'd be nothing for them to absorb. You're completely bouncing back and forth light into your pineal gland. This is how you perceive reality. You only actually see around about, apparently it's around about 4% of the actual light spectrum. But I want to show you how you, being a light being yourself, can actually absorb different rays of light, thus adding to different types of consciousness, which will be unlocked within certain chakras just by receiving in through the lens different rays of light. And I want to show you this now. On my bed, there is a reflection. There it is. You can see in the reflection different rays of light. Now this is coming from my crystal, which is at the end, there it is, the amethyst, of my window. Now I was walking through the bypass at my work, and the light was shining through the windows, and I noticed this. Now if you're conscious of the light within your body, then, I don't know if you've done this before, you could try this when you get home. Look at different colors of the spectrum of light, and notice how different areas of your body, or different perceptions, or different types of thinking enter your vessel and change and shift the way you think. This is because it's adding the spectrum of light to the chakra, to the porthole within your light being, your light self, your astral body, your etheric body, and it's growing like a plant. It's growing that area of light within your essence, within your being, and it's overdeveloping that perception of awareness, so that you're constantly stuck on that certain mode. Now, the red light here is very materialistic, you see. It's very dense in being. This is the light that most people are aware of when they're outside in the sun. Reason being is because this is, I believe they call them radio waves. Very, very dense light. I might be wrong. You can correct me on that if you like. And what it does is, why you're able to feel this above all the other lights, if you're not aware of the other spectrums of thought, when you're sitting in the sun, is because this is so dense that you can feel it on your skin, and it creates like a heat temperature. Okay, so you get really hot. Those people who can't stand the sun, it's because they're extremely dense beings. They can't absorb the rest of the colors of the light. They get trapped in the red, and they can't handle it. Their body can't handle it. They get so hot, they just find it irritating, and they have to get out the sun. They often wear loads of hats and sunglasses. They start sweating. Their body just can't absorb that type of information properly. And the ones that can, what you see is those people will tan very easily. They'll tan very well, because their consciousness within their material bodies can actually absorb the red rays perfectly enough to the point where their body then produces more melanin in their body from the pineal gland, which will then change and alter the color of their skin, turning them a nice olively dark brown color, which will be like a suntan, right? And then you've got the orange spectrum here, which deals with the sexuality, which deals with your sexual essence. It's like the creation of life, but through a ray of light. This is a very sexual type of energy. A lot of females apparently can feel this a lot when they look at the sun or when they sunbathe. It like charges them up. It charges males up as well. Especially through the summer, a lot of people become a lot sexually active. This is because those two main colors often absorb in their being a lot stronger. And then you go up to the green rays here. You go in the sun, you absorb the sun, and you feel good. It makes you feel great. That's that green penetration of that light absorbing into your astral body, your etheric body, your light body, and it's charging up that green energy, which makes up your color spectrum of your existence, of how you exist in this as a multi-dimensional being. And then you've got the indigo, the lovely purple. Now, to make this more clearer to you guys, when you're sexually active, the orange, you feel it down below. It feels strong. It feels pulsating, right? It feels overwhelming. if you can put a barrier, a mental barrier, and feel how far it goes out from you, it could be like you're wearing a hula hoop and now the sun's going down, you can't really see it. You can feel like you're wearing a hula hoop, right? And hopefully it'll come back. You feel like you're wearing a hula hoop. Like there's like a massive orb around that area because it's growing. But if you can absorb and you're aware of the perceptions of other rays of light and you absorb it into your being, what you'll notice, quick exercise, as you're looking at the sun and you're becoming aware and receptive of this new energy, what you'll realize is you won't feel like hula hooping feeling downstairs. You'll feel it in the heart from the green rays of light. You'll feel it in the throat. And as the throat opens up, you'll feel your communication experiences are a lot more fluid, a lot more easier. You're able to express a lot more passionately about what it is that you're speaking about. And you're able to hold someone else's attention long enough for them to actually wake up and take note of what you're actually saying, to the point where they can actually understand exactly what you're saying through a lens of a camera, for example. And you just become more expressive. And there are other lights. The sun's not coming back by the looks of it, so kind of screwed. Now there's a big cloud coming past it. But yeah, when you start looking at the other rays of light, you start noticing how your perception, say if you were to look at the purple light, up here will feel like the energy is hula hooping. If you can imagine feeling the barrier on the outer skirts of the energy field of your pineal gland, which will be purple. If you can imagine this area being purple, it will be huge, right? And that's because you're staring directly into the purple rays of light. So basically what I'm giving you here is literally the keys to your ascension, in the sense that you can literally add new perceptions of awareness and consciousnesses by expressing and growing certain light areas, porthole areas of information in your essence, in your light being, in your entire body. So say if there was a type of perception of reality which you haven't unlocked yet because you haven't opened your third eye enough, or maybe your throat chakra, or maybe, as you saw my color spectrum on my bed, there was a little bit of turquoise there too. What happens is you look at that light, you feel the light, you feel this connection, you're drawn to it, right? You feel its consciousness, and you'll feel it reacting inside you, and then it will grow, it will bubble out, like I said before with the hula hoop downstairs. Imagine that up here, with that sort of color, and what's going to happen is you're going to start becoming epiphanific. You're going to start realizing and learning and understanding the type of information. The more cleaner your vessel is, the more perceptive and more aware you are of different spectrums of light within your entire being and within other forms of light, you're going to start understanding this stuff. So I'm literally handing you the keys to your own ascension here by doing this simple exercise. And it's going to get to the point where you're literally like me, where I can go outside in the sun. I don't even have to look at certain rays of light anymore. I can either sun gaze or I can just sit in the sun. I don't even have to look directly in the sun, and I can feel the different types of rays because I've done that practice so many times. I can feel them penetrate in certain chakras of my body, and I allow it, and I can deliberately, just by moving my observing awareness to certain rays of light, I can grow and outgrow certain points in my body, and I can experience more different types of perception awareness of information deliberately. I can choose the state of consciousness I want by just focusing on what type of spectrum of light I can feel, which will grow to a certain area of my chakras, like my third eye or my blue, and it will just, it unlocks you. It makes you more of a light being, makes you more receptive, and it adds to you. You realize you don't get as hungry as well when you do this sort of stuff. It's very strange how this works. And you actually understand how your body is literally like a crystal, in the sense that with a quartz crystal, you put it in the sun, it gets hot, you touch it, you feel sun energy off that crystal. Only the difference is with our bodies is because it's not a fixed crystal, because we got water in ourselves, the structure of the water will change based upon the amount of light information you put into the body. So we can constantly shift our bodies into different types of crystals, if you think about it that way. The red crystal, materialistic energy, is the red. Orange is the sexual energy. Then you got the Dantian, the yellow, which deals with the food cravings, the life source. It deals with energy, it deals with vibration, how you can absorb vibration. It deals with a lot when it comes to connecting existence, when it comes to life force within your being. If you mix the yellow and the orange and do some tantric kind of expression, lift that energy, expand it, and fill it through all your other chakras and through the cells in your body and increase your vitality. You can become more awake, more alive. You can become more healthy. There's all sorts of things you can do with learning about perceptions, different types of information, and how you can take in information just by looking at different types of rays of light. So, that's a quick video. I hope this didn't go too long, and I'll speak to you guys pretty soon.